I've slowly been working with the unit, I found that it's become much more second nature and easier to scroll through everything. In the beginning, you have to kind of get a touch for it. Not difficult, just a very slight learning curve for me. But again, nothing at all that I would say is a negative. Just a matter of just a little pressure, scrolling. The thing I want to demonstrate here is this is the map view here I have of my area in Carlsbad. I'll wait for those menu screens to go away. And by touching a little bit of pressure right in the center of that screen, you can actually start to get more detail, kind of scroll in on the area so you can get a little more detail. I was actually outside walking around with it and was showing my movements pretty well, and I'll show that also here in a video. And as you scroll through, eventually you get to the point where you're back to its original view. So kind of a nice feature. Right here is the SYS'Evolution in complete daylight, really bright sunny day today. Trying to go in between the sun and the shadows so you can kind of see how it looks here. Let's pretend I'm thermaling, going in and out of the sun. Kind of centering in on my location here just to see whether I get some movement. Ah, there I am. Yeah, I'm just walking about here, just kind of playing with things a bit. Just kind of playing with things a bit. Alright, this is kind of fun. I'd rather be up in the air, but it'll have to do for now. I thought I'd demonstrate using the unit here using some pretty thick gloves. I would obviously, in California, don't use these very much, but obviously a lot of areas you need it. So pretty much, again, just a little swipe, a little pressure as you're swiping across, swiping down to get some just general info there, swiping up to get your main menu, back to home screen. So again, just getting a technique down with a little bit of pressure and swiping. Pretty straightforward, no problem whatsoever. So that's it, using some heavy gloves. As I've mentioned many times, it's really easy and straightforward to customize the screens. You will need to download a program off their website, and to do this you're going to need a Windows, Mac, or a Linux operating system. I primarily use a Chromebooks, which I love, but for that 1% of times when I do need something, I have a Mac, and so I've just simply downloaded the program. Allows you to update the firmware. You can easily customize the screens, plug into the program that allows you then to download it into your unit. You can also save several scenarios of certain screen configurations that you might like. If you're going to fly in a certain area and you want a certain scenario, a certain number of custom screens, then you just load that in. Very easy, very straightforward. I've found no problems doing anything using their software. So very nice, no problem. But you will need a Windows, Mac, or Linux operating system in order to download that program in order to do those things, which I think most people have, so not a problem. So charging the unit is very simple. They do come with its own little adapter, as I mentioned earlier. I just plugged in USB port on my computer. I will plug it in right here. and you can see the light goes on and you're now charging. One interesting thing I found, that if I want to turn it on at this point, I'm pressing try to turn it on, it'll actually go into what they call a rescue mode. I don't know what that is, but I was told that the best thing to do before, if you want to work on it, and for whatever reason you want to have it turned on, I don't. I just pretty much just let it charge overnight, make sure it's always up to capacity. I'll unplug it first. Now you can turn it on. And it'll actually go through its, again, boot up mode here. And I can go ahead and at any time it's turned on, I'll go ahead and plug it in. And I'll now be charging, and it'll give you basically just a visual. Yeah, we're charging now. So at this point it's turned on. You've got a visual here. It's charging. I can just pull it out at this point. It will be turned on. And then I want to just turn it off. On the Syride website, you can go and download the manual in a PDF format. Pretty straightforward. Seems to be fairly complete. I would say there are some things in here that I had to ask, such as I was a little unclear of how to get more than just 2 or 3 customized screens. Pretty straightforward. I guess something that if I had thought about, I could have figured out, but they were pretty quick to tell me how to do that. So a few other things here and there that I think that they'll slowly refine, and again, based on their customer feedback. But so far, pretty much told me about 95% of everything I needed to know. Some of the items in the manual are not yet complete, such as the weather station. That's still something that's going to be coming down the line. As I mentioned earlier, also the Bluetooth is still something that's going to be coming down the line. So again, I think they've been very consistent with their updates. You can see here's a standby weather screen that is not available yet. So looking forward to that. I think it'd be pretty nice. But again, I think they have been very timely, and I look forward to seeing the updates very soon. This screen is also off the website for Syride, and it does show kind of the history of updates when the product was first introduced. And there's just a series of updates, obviously a lot of debugging, little things here and there, as any software is. You'll find with user feedback, little things you have to change. Here's the latest updates, and as you can see, we're still waiting for the Bluetooth. The GPS menu is not complete yet. We do have GPS, but the menu is not complete, and also the standby weather screen is not there. So hopefully these will be coming up soon. It looks like the last update was November 6th, so not very long ago. So hopefully that will be here soon. Again, nothing critical for me that doesn't allow me to go out and fly, but something to look forward to. So that's it. That's a fairly brief overview of the Syride SYS'Evolution GPS Vario tablet. So far I can say I've been really pleased. Again, big pluses for me is the readability in direct sunlight, in and out of the shade. Absolutely no problems. I'm going to really enjoy that. Nice large screen. It's nice to be able to see that. A lot of options for a moving map. Just really customizable screens. I know I've said that several times, but really kind of fun to work with, saving different configurations for use in different areas you might want to fly. So that's very nice. Company has been really nice to work with, very responsive, sometimes that same day. A little different time zone, so sometimes I have to wait till their work hours, which is a little different from my work hours here, but been very responsive. So far, no problems. They seem like they're very consistent with their updates. It seems like the unit's been very well received. I've seen it flying in some videos in Europe primarily, and seems to be they have a lot of pilots flying with it right now. Again, fairly new to the U.S. it seems. No problems with my dealings with Let's Go Paragliding off eBay. With Benoit, no problems at all. Again, he doesn't pay me to say that at all. But very pleased, very happy to work with a nice outfit that's very responsive like that. A couple of things I'd love to see, no big deal really, but if you have a lot of screens, it would be nice to go directly to a particular screen without having to scroll through. I only have 4 screens on there. I can't see having much more or even that many. Probably be on one screen 90% of the time. So really not a big deal, but maybe a nice thing down the road. I found a little bug with the degrees Fahrenheit showing up in degrees centigrade. I'm sure that's something that would be easily resolved. I can go pretty quickly from Fahrenheit to centigrade, centigrade to Fahrenheit. I just have to do a little figuring in my head for about a second or two. So not a big deal. But at a quick glance, I'd like to have a little Fahrenheit in there. Being from the US, unfortunately, we're a little different than the rest of the European countries. But centigrade, meters per second, not a big deal. Otherwise, everything is really a positive for me with the unit. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll try to answer them if I can. Look on their website, get some more information there. As I do fly with the unit, I'm really excited about doing that. I'll definitely post something that video of my experience with it. And again, something I'm really looking forward to. Take care. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.